Hi everyone, welcome to REK Technologies. I am Riaz. I am thrilled to welcome you to my new teaching channel. I created this space to help learners, whether you're just starting out or looking to upgrade or sharpen your skills in IT. Here we will cover everything from basic to advanced topics. So REK Technologies is here to completely guide you. So today we will cover the basic introduction of Linux. So I just want to today we will going to start the topic on understanding of Linux. So we will start here. Before we start, I just want to know the brief details about complete everything from, as I told you, from the basics to advanced level. So let's get started. Okay. Linux was invented by Linus Torvalds. So, Linus Torvalds. So, I just want to know the who is Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds was born on December 28th, 1969 in Helsinki, Finland. He is a software engineer best known for creating the Linux kernel. He created the Linux kernel in 1991. Now, Linux has become one of the most widely used open source operating system in the world. So here we just understand who is Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds was born on December 28th, 1969 in Helsinki, Finland. Okay, and he created the Linux on release on 1991, and now the Linux has the most widely open source operating system in the world. So here we are going to learn what is Linux. Okay. Linux is an open source operating system based on Unix. Okay. I will explain you what is Unix, what is kernel and everything. Okay. Okay. And Linux was uh, created by Linus Torvalds in September 17th, 1991. Actually, Linux is a kernel, not operating system. But later on, uh, it's like we can tell, generally it become as an operating system. So basically, Linux is a kernel. Okay. So now Linux is open source. Open source means is completely free, like Unix. Okay. Linux manages hardware and software resources on computer. The other thing, it has been inspired by the Unix, but it has been made free and open source. It it works on servers, desktop, mobile devices, and embedded systems, and refrigerators, everything. And we have few Linux distributions: Ubuntu, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Debian, SUSE, etc. Okay. Here we are going to understand the simple thing. Linux is an open source operating system. Okay, it has been released on September 17th, 1991. Okay, and Linux distributions are Ubuntu, RHCL, Debian, Fedora, SUSE, and many more, etc. And here you can see in the image the most uh, famous person, the great person, Linus Torvalds. Linux distributions. Linux distributions. So Linux distributions are Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Fedora, CentOS, Debian, Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, Linux Mint. In a simple way to understand what is Linux distribution, you can just imagine a car engine. We have a car engine, it is powerful. Okay, so it can do many things on its own. The main thing, the engine. So the Linux kernel is the engine. Okay, and the user interface, for example, the user interface like controls, dashboards, apps and tools like the radio, GPS. For example, apps and tools are like the radio, GPS, air conditions. So like this, each distribution is built for different needs. Okay, so Ubuntu is a beginner. Okay, and here I just want to know you about Kali Linux. Kali Linux is mostly used by cyber security experts. Okay, so these are the still we have many more Linux distributions. So I just mentioned the uh, most famous Linux distribution things. And what are the key features of the Linux? First thing when it comes to mind, the key features are it is, as I told you, it is open source and secure. It is stable and it is flexible and it is community driven and it is a file system. Open source means uh, it is code available for anyone to view or modify. It is secure, like it has a strong permissions and user control systems. Stable, it crashes very rarely. It is great for the servers. Flexible, it can run on nearly any hardware. Community driven means it have constant updates. File system like Linux supports some file system like ext4 and xfs. Okay? So these are the key features of Linux. Now coming to what is Unix. As we learn about the Linux, so we need to know few things about the Unix as well. Unix is a powerful multitasking operating system. Okay, it was developed in late 1960s and early 1970s at AT&T's Bell Labs by Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie, and others. It was designed for its stability, security, and efficiency, and it is known for the command line interface and module design. Later, Linux came in 1991 by Linus Torvalds. Like for example, you can tell like Unix is a simple operating system that acts like the brain of the computer, helping it to run programs and manage the file. And uh, it's the foundation behind many modern systems like we have Linux and Mac OS. And Unix is used in servers, computers, and scientific labs as well. So this is about Unix. So first, before Linux, uh, uh, Unix has been developed in late 90s, 60s, and 1970s. Then later on, Linux came in 1991. So let's see a simple comparison between Linux and Unix. First thing, we need to understand Unix was developed in 1970s at Bell Labs. Linux has been created by Linus Torvalds in 1991. And coming to the license, Unix has its own mostly priority license, and Linux has its open source. Like it is free to use and modify. And Unix is a paid, Linux is usually free. And Unix is not publicly available. Linux you can install fully available to everyone. System type. It's a operating system. Linux, as I told you, Linux is kernel based OS. And uh, it, Unix is mainly used in large enterprise servers. Linux is used in servers, desktop, mobiles, etc. So this is a comparison between Linux and Unix. Now coming to the main part, this is one of the important kernel. As I told you on the starting, we need to understand about what is Unix kernel. A kernel is nothing simple to say. It is the heart of the operating system. It acts as a bridge between hardware and the software. Okay, you can see the diagram here and you can understand it. Like it manages like memory, CPU, and the device drivers. Now we need to understand. We have learned understand about Linux, what is Unix, and kernel. Let's understand about Windows and Linux. So Windows, so mostly we will be using the Windows operating system. Okay. So Windows was developed by the Microsoft, as we all know it. Linux was created by the Linux server. Windows is the closed source and commercial operating system, and Linux was open source. When we come to Windows, it is a graphical user interface. When we come to Linux, we have both graphical user interface and command line interface. Okay. And for the Windows, as we know, we have the paid license and we need to do the regular updates. Yeah. And for the Linux, we don't require for the license and it is highly secure. For the Windows, we have few malware attacks and viruses. But here we always got the faster updates and better performance control to protect us from the like viruses and all. And in Windows, if you see, uh, generally the file systems are used by the NTFS, like a new technology file system and FAT32 file allocation table. And still in Windows we have exFAT, REFS as well, extended FAT resilient file system. And in Linux, the file system is used in Linux are ext4, XFS, BTRFS. Here you can see the below in simple to understand. You can see the features and license. In Windows, license has been paid, open source. And coming to the performance, Windows was moderate. It's not like it's not high, but it's moderate. And coming to license, Linux, it was free. And the cost it was for the Windows, we have the paid license, and for the Linux, we have. So this is the basic understanding about Windows and Linux. Now the other main uh, we need to notice about is file system hierarchy about Windows and Linux. Okay, in Windows uh, we have that like a C colon and forward slash. Okay, and once we install the Windows, it comes under like C colon and forward slash. And for the Linux, we have the backward slash. Uh, and the other thing, like in Windows hierarchy, it we have like it all saves in program files, users, Windows. For example, program files, it will store the installed apps, users for the personal files, Windows for the system file. Okay, in Linux, uh, it start with a single root folder. Okay, single root folder, and we have for the Linux like slash home slash bin slash etc variables. Slash home is for user files. Slash bin is for basic programs. Slash etc is for system settings. Slash vr for variable for logs and temporary files. I have below noted the example. For example, like C. Here we can see C underscore users, REK Technologies, documents, project.cs. For the Linux, it's this means in the root folder, like you can see that home, REK Technologies, documents, project. Okay. So this is the general basic understanding about Linux, complete Linux, like okay. Just a quick intro. So quick understanding. Whatever the points which I have noted, it's very important, and you can note this everything. So these are the basic complete introduction of Linux. So in next topic, I am going to cover many more with labs, tutorials, everything. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching.